Beijing should be on everyone's travel list. Being the capital city of China for more than 500 years, it is filled with historically significant sites, beautiful parks, museums, shopping streets, and also offer convenient access to Great Wall of China. Most of the locations I visited can be reached by metro, with the exception of Great Wall, which requires some bus transfers. I included some essential apps and transportation guide at the end of this video. For the first day, join a half-day tour of the Forbidden City or Palace Museum where get your guide or cloak. The tour will provide a designated meetup location and time before making your way to the east entrance. I recommend joining a tour for two reasons. One is that a guide will be able to provide a lot of historical facts while going through the site. Secondly, tickets are limited to 10,000 a day and the online booking opens daily at 8 p.m. for dates 1 week in advance. It is difficult for independent travelers to secure own tickets as many people are booking online at the same time. Forbidden City is the imperial palace complex during the Ming and Qing dynasty for over 500 years. It is a massive site previously claimed to consist of 9,999 rooms. However, more recent study put that number to 8,886. Entry is not allowed to most of the buildings or rooms with the exception of the museum area, so you are left to admire from the outside. And there are also no trees at the outer court, so do put on sunblock as you will be under the sun most of the time. Only the three main buildings are repainted for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. The other buildings may appear a bit worn out. The tour route will bring you from the south to north. Surprisingly, there is only a small garden inside the palace. For a more impressive garden, I would recommend visiting the Summer Palace. The last portion of the tour brings you to the museum area where priceless pieces of artifacts, ceramics, sculptures, and art are displayed. The guided tour will end at around 12 noon, where you can still explore further on your own time before making an exit. If you are visiting independently, you can get here on Metro Line 1, either at Tiananmen East or West Station. Do note that Forbidden City is closed on Mondays. After Forbidden City, exit via the North Gate and cross the road to reach Jingshan Park. You will need to take a short detour either to the left or right before getting to the entrance. The park itself is not big, but the key attraction is the stunning panoramic view of the Forbidden City from the top of the hill. It is actually an artificial hill created from the earth dug out when the palace moat was made. There are 5 peaks and a pavilion on each of them. The middle pavilion is the highest and it is here you can get the best view of Forbidden City. The walk up just takes 15 minutes, but there are quite a few stairs to take. Shown here is the recommended route to take, which brings you to the west exit. Up on the hill, you would be able to see the next destination, Beihai Park. From the west exit of Jingshan Park, it is just a 5 minutes walk to Beihai Park East Gate. It is a former imperial garden first built in 12th century and much older than Jingshan Park. The most notable structure is the White Pagoda, which is a Tibetan-style stupa built to honor the visit of 5th Dalai Lama in 1651. It is located on a hill, and from there you can get a good view of the lake that takes up half the area of Beihai Park. There are boats you can rent if you like to spend some time on the lake. Shown here is the recommended route to take, which brings you to the north exit. From there, Metro Line 6 Beihai Bay Station exit D is just 5 minutes to the west. If you are coming here directly, this is the station you should use as well. Next stop is Tiananmen Square. You can reach here by taking Metro Line 1 either at Tiananmen East or West Station. You need prior online reservation via WeChat or have a ticket for Forbidden City to be allowed entry, which is the reason why I visited the same day as the Forbidden City visit. Ask the hotel to help you with the reservation if you are not going to Forbidden City on the same day. While it is a famous landmark, there isn't really much to see here and in my opinion can be skipped. From here you can walk 15 minutes south to Qianmen. This is a famous pedestrian street offering street food and shopping. A notable landmark is the Archery Tower at the north end. The street is about 840 meters long and you can find buildings built in Qing Dynasty style. The street has more than 500 years of history with many specialized outlets. Here you can also find a branch of the famous Peking duck restaurant, Chuan Jude. Definitely give it a try. This is a half duck portion and meant for 2 persons. If you are coming here directly, take the Metro Line 2 to Qianmen Station, exit I. While at Qianmen shopping street area, look out for Dashilar Street running west of Qianmen Street. This is one of Beijing's oldest commercial streets and has several historic stores that specialize on selling hats, shoes and silk. Even if you are not planning to shop, just go explore this area for the historic buildings, street food, food courts, snack stores and experience the lively atmosphere. On the second day, I recommend a trip to Mutianyu section of the Great Wall. You can join a day tour which will have a bus bring you directly from Beijing to the visitor center. I will show you how to go independently without joining a tour so that you can decide which method you prefer. Mutianyu is around 75 kilometers from Beijing. First take Metro Line 2 or 13 to Dongzhimen Station exit H and walk 100 meters to the bus station. Take the 916 express bus to Huairou North Avenue. This takes 1 hour 45 minutes. The bus will have English display and announcement. Look out for the Huairou Beidajie stop. Cross the road to the opposite bus stop, then take local bus H7, 23, 24, 35 or 36 to Mutianyu roundabout stop. This takes 30 minutes. In English, it will show and announce Mutianyu Huandao stop. Then walk 200 meters towards the roundabout and you will see the visitor center car park. In total, one-way journey from Beijing to the visitor center will take slightly less than 3 hours, including some waiting time. Mutianyu is less crowded than the more popular Badaling section. At the visitor center, buy the tickets for the entrance, cable car and the shuttle bus. And if you wish, buy the tickets for the slides as well. The shuttle bus takes you about 3 kilometers to the cable car station. At Mutianyu Great Wall, the recommended route is to take the cable car up to Watchtower 14 and hike northwards to get the best views. Then hike back down towards Watchtower 6 to catch the slides back down. Alternatively, you can take cable car down or even walk down. The slides are a fun experience which I will show later. Mutianyu as well as Badaling section of the Great Wall are the best preserved and popular sections with beautiful scenery surrounding the sections. Many watchtowers are densely concentrated here, which is not the case for other sections. It is also renovated and made safer for tourists to access, but you can still expect quite a bit of steep climb on some sections. Do plan to spend a full day here as it will take at least 8 to 10 hours including travelling time. The difference with joining a tour is that it costs just 28 yuan for all the bus rides to and from Beijing, and you have the flexibility regarding how long you want to spend at Mutianyu. However, a tour bus would take less travelling time as you do not need to catch connecting buses. Overall, I recommend taking a tour if the cost is not an issue. The visitor area have several restaurants if you like to get some food before going up or after you come down. Once back in Beijing, take Metro Line 10 to Fanjiehu Station, Exit A. Then walk 10 minutes west along North Gongren Tiyuchang Road. This stands for Workers' Stadium Road, to reach Sanlitun. Originally Beijing's embassy area, it is now a popular shopping, restaurant and cafe area. A popular landmark is the Taikoli shopping and dining area. This place is filled with high-end brands, upscale dining, and also lots of small outdoor cafes. If you like to find some more affordable eats, just cross the street to Sanlitun, Soho area where there are many restaurants. This is just something different if you have already visited Qianmen and Dashilar area the night prior. A quick reminder to help like and subscribe to my channel for the next China's Xi'an video. Start the third day by visiting the Summer Palace. Take the Metro Line 4 to Beihai Station, Exit D. It takes another 3 minutes walk to get to the North Palace Gate. From the North Palace Gate, the closest landmark is Suzhou Street. The emperor and his concubines are very fond of the waterways of Suzhou and decided to build a replica in Beijing. The story goes that they enjoy doing pretend shopping here, as normally everything was bought by servants. I would recommend following this route to cover the key attractions. Summer Palace is the largest royal park in China. Originally built in 1750, it was looted and destroyed by Western armies twice. Later, it was rebuilt in 1888. Entering the area further is the Sumeru Spiritual Ensemble. I didn't explore further here as there are ongoing restorations. Moving further west, you will head towards the shores of Kunming Lake where the marble boat is located. This is the only Western-style building in the park, with its glass windows and colored bricks. From there, you will notice the very long 728 meters roof walkway known as Long Corridor. Do check out the unique paintings on the panels above. Along it, you will pass by the Hall of Dispelling Clouds where Empress Cixi received guests. Further in, you can climb up multiple level structures to reach the Tower of Buddhist Incense. Even though you can't climb up the pagoda itself, the top level offers an amazing view of Kunming Lake. After that, come down the same path and walk further west. There are a few other buildings, some displaying artifacts and ceramics. There are also pavilions along the lake shores, and you can rent a boat to go around the lake as well. Do allocate at least 4 hours here. Lastly, exit again from the North Palace Gate. Take the Metro Line 2 to Yonghe Station, Exit F. Walk east for 3 minutes and you will reach Yonghe Lama Temple. This is the biggest Tibetan Buddhist temple in Beijing. Originally the residence of Emperor Yongzheng when he was just a prince. It was changed to a lamasery in 1744. As you enter, you can pick up free joysticks. Only light up the sticks you want to use in each area, as the guard will stop you from walking with lighted ones into the halls. There are 5 main halls, one after another, along with their side halls. Each of the halls contains statues of Buddha, with the last hall having a 18 meters tall Buddha statue standing within the 3-story building. It is a popular temple and you will see plenty of people praying. Even if you are not religious, it is a good place to admire the architecture and intricate designs of the buildings. Along the way to Yonghe Lama Temple, there is this noodle restaurant that you might consider trying. I did enjoy the meal here. Last destination for the day is the Shichahai area. It is a famous scenic area that includes 3 lakes, Qianhai, Hohai, and Xihai. There are not many notable buildings and mansions in the surrounding area, as it is a favored residential area for the powerful during historical times. I didn't have enough time here except to take a stroll along the Qianhai and Hohai shores. Along the Hohai area, there are quite a number of bars with live music. Might be a good place to hang out at night. There are also lots of street food around this area. The drum and bell towers are nearby as well. On the road just in front of the bell tower, there are a number of restaurants if you need some sit-down dining options. Take Metro Line 8 to Shichahai station to get here. For the fourth day, start at Temple of Heaven. You can get here using Metro Line 5 to Tiantan Dongmen Station exit A. The east gate is just close by. I would recommend following this walking path. The temple was built as a place of prayer and sacrificial ceremony by the emperor to the heaven for good weather and harvest. The most recognizable building is the Hall of Prayer for the Good Harvest. It is truly a remarkable building with 3-tiered roof supported by 28 pillars. First built in 1420, it is the earliest building and was later enlarged and rebuilt during later periods. The park itself is very large with other notable buildings. The circular mole altar is a 3-layered altar made of marble. The yearly winter solstice ceremonies were held here. The Imperial Wall of Heaven is used to house the God's tablet used for the worship ceremony. It is surrounded by the circular echo wall where any sound can travel from one side to the other due to its design. Palace of Abstinence is where the emperor fasted before the heaven worship ceremony began. Now it houses a small display of artifacts and precious items. Besides the buildings, the park is a large place with beautiful pavilions, rose gardens, and numerous trees. Once done, you can exit again via the east gate to the metro station. Next destination is 798 Art District. Take the Metro Line 14 to Wangfujing South Station exit B. The Art District is another 30 minutes walk west from the metro station. I use a rental bike to get to the location faster. At the end of the video, I will mention how to rent one. The place gets its name from the Soviet-style factories that used to operate here. Initially, it was centered at Factory 798, which is how it got its name, but now includes other nearby old factories as well. The area houses many art galleries, exhibitions, and independent artists. Art galleries are usually free to enter as the art there are for sale. Exhibitions usually charge an entrance fee. You can also find many creatively designed architectures, boutiques, cafes, and restaurants here. Worth a visit to get a feel of Beijing's artistic side. The next place I visited is Wangfujing Street. I don't recommend visiting this place, but I included it to show what's here as it is listed in most Beijing attractions guide. Previously, it had a lane that sell weird snacks like fried scorpions, starfish, and other touristy snacks. However, that lane is now just selling souvenirs, toys, and apparels, which is available elsewhere. So the street no longer is a unique Beijing attraction. The street has branded stores, food courts, and snack stores, but I would recommend to first visit Qianmen Street, Shichahai 2nd, and Sanlitun 3rd. Last place to visit is the Olympic Village. You can get here by taking Metro Line 15 to Olympic Park Station exit D. This is the main location of the 2008 Beijing Olympics. There isn't really much to explore other than getting some photos of the unique Bird Nest Stadium and the Cube Aquatics Center. They are pretty unique buildings and worth a look. There are also an open-air food court area if you are hungry. On the way to the stadium, there might be locals out and about dancing or singing. There is a shopping mall here, so it isn't just the sporting venues. If there are more days in Beijing, other recommended attractions are National Museum of China, Beijing Zoo, and Universal Studio Beijing. If you have only 3 days in Beijing, change the Shichahai visit with Temple of Heaven for the 3rd day and skip the 4th day altogether. I will now cover the essential apps and transportation tips. Essential apps to install before going to China include Alipay and WeChat for not just e-payment but also for other services like Didi taxi service and bike rental. Alipay has translate function, so it is more user-friendly than WeChat. You will need to provide passport photo and credit card number to register. Also install trip.com app if you are planning to travel on train. Baidu Map is for mapping service, but if you are using international roaming or eSIM card, Google Map will work as well. Baidu Map is only in Chinese, and Google Translate for language translation. For metro, including going from airport to the city, go to these machines to buy the tickets. There is English option. Choose the metro line number and then click on the station destination. You can pay by cash or scan a code using Alipay or WeChat Pay. If you use the code, it will prompt you to approve the payment with the e-wallet app. For bike rental, use Alipay to scan the barcode on the bike and you will install a mini app on Alipay. Alipay have a translate function and just follow the instruction to set up and use. I only able to get the blue bike to work and not the green or yellow type, so I recommend trying on the blue bike first. Click as shown on screen to start rental and click view all notification and these buttons to complete return. Confirm the bike is logged as it indicates the return process was completed. If you want to take bus to Mutianyu or in Beijing itself, go on Alipay and click on Transport. Choose Beijing as the city, then set up the Beijing transportation card. You will get a QR code when you click Transport. Scan when getting onto bus and scan again when getting off. Payment will be charged via Alipay. If you need taxi in Alipay app, there is a built-in Didi app for taxi hailing similar to Uber. Just type in the place you want to go and it will ask for an approximate prepayment with some minor additional payment or even refund once ride ends. Upon entering the taxi, let the driver know the last 4 digits of the phone number you used to book the ride. If you are traveling to other nearby cities, high-speed rail is the best option. You can buy the tickets through trip.com app as early as 14 days ahead. Click on the train icon and type in the cities you are traveling to and from. Once it secures the ticket, you will be notified and will show the train, ticket class, waiting room and gate number, train carriage and seat number. In this example, G1844 is the train number, first class tickets, 4B and 5B is the gate number, carriage 16 and seat number 4C. Entry to the train station involves showing your identification used to buy the tickets, which is your passport, and baggage scanning similar to an airport, but without the need to remove electronics items or water. Then go to your listed waiting gate. The gates open 20 minutes prior to departure and you need to queue on the manual gate as you are using a passport instead of a China local identity card. The seats are very roomy and definitely a better choice than flight. Lastly, I list out the cost of the activities for reference. Do pause if you'd like to have a look. Hope this information helps you for your trip to Beijing or China in general. A quick reminder to help like and subscribe to my channel. The next video will be on Xi'an, China.